Hey posers, welcome back to part 2 of the Unsquared Circle. First off, I have a big announcement to make. Starting in the December edition, we're gonna have a guest host for the U2C. We figure if Raw can't do it right, then we'll do it right. And the first guest host for the U2C is going to be The Block from The Wrestling Show. So tune in next month to see The Block stir up some controversy from Bobby Black, Wesley White, and Anonymous Angel, and see how he shakes up the U2C. Alright, now let's move on to everybody's favorite part of the show, the Diva Detour.
Can you turn it up just a tiny bit? That'd be awesome.
Sight, I'm not Anonymous Angel, as you can tell. I'm filling in for her this month. She's still under the weather, so you're stuck with me doing your Diva News. And if anyone knows the Divas, it's me. Alright. Apparently WWE Diva Gail Kim had a ruptured breast implant last month. That's why she was off TV for a couple weeks. Henceforth, she's had a procedure, have it repaired, and she's back on television. Also, Lauren from TNA has posted on her Twitter account that she will be getting married. Hooray for Lauren. Apparently the Bella twins are going to be getting a ginormous, if you know what I mean, push by Vince McMahon in the near future. That's why they were moved to Raw. Apparently Vince McMahon likes the Bella twins, and he wants to give them more exposure. And in the final of the Diva News, apparently Tracy Brooks was replaced to be the Playboy cover girl by Marge Simpson, the cartoon. That's sick. I'd rather see a real life diva than a cartoon. But apparently Marge is going to be on the cover of Playboy because of their 20-year anniversary. And Playboy's going to celebrate it. And sorry, Tracy, you got bumped. That's sad. But if you go onto the cyber page, you can see all that garbage. But it's not the same. Anyway, I'm Grumpy Cheeto. I just brought you your Diva News, and I am out.
Did you know? Bret the Hitman Hart is the only wrestler ever to be a Triple Crown winner in both the WWE and WCW. So I guess he really is the best.
On to Wesley White's entertainment. A young spectator was injured at Raw when he was apparently trying to get Cena's hat as he threw into the crowd. He was on the floor section 6 on the end and ran over to the front of the ring where John Cena hit the ring and threw his hat. The kid ran and slid for the hat, but unfortunately he broke his ankle. He didn't get the hat, but he did get a consolation prize. He got another hat from one of the vendors.
John Cena offered to do his Make-A-Wish.
No, instead of WWE paying for his ankle to be fixed, they say, hey, here's a hat. Alright. Speaking of new things or whatnot, WWE is planning to bring in some new belts. This could be a makeover of the current world titles or a new one. There is no word on how many or if any will be brought in. We'll keep you posted. I think probably they're going to bring in the Jobber belt. Alright, now we've been doing the guest host on Raw. They've been doing all that kind of stuff on Raw. Now, they're actually talking to WWE. They're actually talking to the governor of California, Arnold, to do a host of Raw. The host of Raw in 2010 when they go to the United States of California. I think it'd be freaking awesome. Maybe he can hit Triple H again like he did on SmackDown several years ago. Oh, and speaking of guest hosts, they're also trying to get, if you smell what The Rock is cooking. They're trying to get Dwayne Johnson to host the first edition of Monday Night Raw in 2010. Raw will come live from Dayton, Ohio on January 4th. The Rock's new movie, The Tooth Fairy, is scheduled for a release in theaters on January 22nd.
Tooth Fairy?
On a lighter note, it seems that the WWE and The Rock have one thing in common. They both are going for a PG rating. Also, a star was involved in an incident and is now in big trouble backstage during a recent overseas tour. That wrestler is none other than CM Punk, because he's a punk. This could be the reason why Undertaker won the World Heavyweight Championship and why the opening match at Hell in a Cell was for the world title. And thusly, it has also been confirmed by the WWE that they will release a DVD about one of my all-time favorite wrestlers, John Morrison. The DVD will feature highlights of his career, and John himself will answer fan questions submitted via the WWE Universe forums. The DVD is slated to be released next year in 2010 on February 16th, 2 days after Valentine's Day. And that about wraps it up for Wesley White's Entertainment.
The following announcement has been paid for by the Unsquared World Order. We know something, brother. It's time for the Hat and Back Connection to bring you your final rap. In the first of our stories, of course, Triple H, the Punk, has been known to be the driving force behind Drew McIntyre's push in the WWE. Now, Triple H is very high on Drew McIntyre because he sees him being a major player heel in the WWE in the future. So we'll see if Triple H's predictions come to fruition.
Alright, speaking of fruitions, Linda McMahon will be running as the Republican candidate for the U.S. Senate next year, and she has been taking a lot of heat from the Democrats in Connecticut. They have been calling Linda out on some of the inappropriate angles that were run when she was the CEO.
Sucker! And of course, WWE, not learning their lesson the first time with superstars, has re-signed Lance Cade. And now Lance Cade's going to be making his debut probably the next month.
Alright. In a few recent Twitter posts, Matt Hardy made a few comments about his brother Jeff, which happens to be one of my favorite wrestlers.
Favorite wrestler for smoking pot.
You know, this statement has a rebuttal. Matt states that Jeff will soon be a bigger star than he ever was in WWE, and that he's a victim of a scam, and the truth is coming out soon.
Whatever. Jeff Hardy's a poser. Alright, former WWE superstar Bill Goldberg and current hottie diva Maria are now going to be on The Celebrity Apprentice next season. So watch out for them and tune in to support them. And watch Donald Trump in the first 2 weeks say, "You're fired."
And lastly, of the Hat and Back Connection, Ric Flair is said to be engaged to be married once again. According to Mike Johnson of PWInsider.com, Flair has been seen around with his girlfriend who was sporting a new ring on his finger.
And that's why he sold that NWA World Heavyweight Championship, was because he needed to pay off that ring he bought her.
Exactly. And this will be the Flair's fourth time to walk down that aisle and still style and profiling and committing. Woo!
Alright, well that is it for this month's Unsquared Circle. Check out our MySpace. Check out Anonymous Angel's MySpace. We are bringing you the true face of pro wrestling. I'm Bobby Black.
I'm Wesley White.
Good fight.
And good night. Cut it.